Hey everyone, Kevin in Texas. So what do we learn from the House of Representatives? Specifically, what do we learn from the House of Representatives voting to remove their own speaker? Now, if you weren't aware, on Tuesday, October the 3rd, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was removed by a vote of 216 to 210. He was removed from the speakership. And this is the first time that has ever occurred in the history of the House. So what does this tell us? Well, first and foremost, it tells us that the House of Representatives is a sick body. And this sickness didn't just begin with the vote to remove McCarthy. This has been ongoing for several decades. If you think about it, the House of Representatives has a handful of overt responsibilities it must get done every single year. Up at the top of that list is passing a budget. And this is something that the House has not done consistently in the last 30 years. It's an incredible fact that the body who's responsible for creating and passing a budget for the United States government routinely fails to do so. It's literally one of the most basic functions of the House of Representatives, and it somehow just can't get the job done. The House also somehow cannot protect the border. It cannot protect the American people. It is a sick, sick body. Now, the good news is sick bodies can recover. But the first thing the sick person must do is realize that it's sick and then take appropriate action. For some people, that's rest. For others, that's hydration or taking medicine or praying or maybe some combination of all those things. But a sick human being, a sick body must first and foremost realize that it's ill and then take the necessary steps to get better. Unfortunately, the vast majority of members of the House will not admit that it is a sick body. In fact, you've seen more than a few complaining about this vote, complaining about anybody upsetting the status quo. Quite frankly, upsetting the status quo is very much needed. But after upsetting that status quo, what's needed most of all is righting the ship. The House of Representatives must pass a budget every single year. It has to happen. We cannot rely upon continuing resolutions or omnibus bills or last-second bailout bills for 30 days or 40 days or what have you. The House needs to do its job, and that means each and every House member needs to do their job and stop whining and stop complaining and get to work. There is simply no excuse for failing to pass a budget each and every year. Now, of course, I mentioned the first step towards recovery is admitting there's a problem. The second step is addressing that problem. And that is going to be a step that is up to the American people. We have a House of Congress that is full of people who are not doing their jobs. They will grandstand, they will talk about how much they hate the other side, quote unquote, but at the end of the day, they're just not getting the job done. So it's going to be up to us to replace these people. And quite frankly, that means replacing people from both parties. I really don't care how good you look or how nicely you speak or how much political game you have. If you can't do the basic functions of your job, you need to get another job. This House has not consistently passed a budget in over 30 years. Think about this. If you're at your job and you're not doing its most basic functions, do you think you're going to get 30 years to get it right? Probably not. You're probably going to get 6 months at best. Well, these folks have not done their job for over 30 years. It's time to get them out of office, vote them out, and get new blood into the system. We hear the establishment types crying a river already. Oh my God, how could they do this? How could they vote to remove the speaker? It's never happened before. Why is it happening? I don't care about your crocodile tears. And in fact, the people who are crying about this the most are probably the first people that need to go. They're the ones that need to go first. So the House of Representatives is a sick man. Fortunately for us, most people now realize just how sick this body is, and now it's up to us. It's up to the people to administer the tough medicine needed to get the House up and running again. And that tough medicine is voting these people out. This is Kevin in Texas saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later.